Welcome, future masters. As you can see, it took me almost 5 minutes to figure out what was going on in this problem. 27 seconds. But if you're a grandmaster, maybe. The thing you have to look at, what did he play here? Yeah, he played knight to f6, or actually, yeah, knight. We have a myriad selection of moves, which is knight takes e6, the bishop, knight takes knight check, knight takes f7, knight takes c7 check, and you have to, well, you don't have to do this. One of the ways you do this, which is the way that I did it, was look at all of these sequences and see what happens after you play. Let's just start with knight takes f6 check, pawn takes knight. And then you have stuff like knight takes bishop, and then pawn takes knight on e6. And then, okay, what am I getting here? We also have knight takes e6, pawn takes, or queen, well, queen can't take because knight takes c7 is checkmate. Not checkmate, which is queen. Knight takes e6, pawn takes. Now our knight's going to get kicked out. Knight takes knight, pawn takes knight. It's like, okay, knight to c7 check, queen takes, bishop takes e6, pawn takes bishop, knight takes e6. We forked his queen and his bishop, so what? So I was looking at all these different things, and then one of the things that caught my eye, and this is really the sequence. You figure this out one way or the other. But look at this bishop. Now, depending on the sequence of moves, there's either knight could take this bishop or bishop could take this bishop. But because there's two pieces attacking it, the pawn has to take the bishop. He can never play queen, or pawn has to take on e6. The queen cannot take because you got a minor piece that will eat the queen. So I started looking at this, and it was like, okay, so this is the key thing is this bishop. If we play knight takes bishop, pawn takes, knight takes check, pawn takes is forced. So what do we have? Well, we have a queen check. He just goes king to d8 because this g pawn has captured this knight, so there's no g6 defense. Great. Queen checks, king's forced to d8. What does that do for us? Well, nothing. We don't have a knight anymore. We killed the knight. The knight takes bishop, which is not good because we need that knight. So flip-flop the moves. Instead of knight takes bishop, pawn takes knight, opening up, and then knight takes knight, opening up this diagonal. Let's hit him with the knight check first. He plays pawn takes knight. That's forced. Then we hit him with bishop takes bishop, attacking his queen, and also f7. Pawn takes is forced. Queen checks, and now if he goes king e7, we've got queen f7 check, and then knight takes e6 check. This is nasty stuff. But the sequence is recognizing we can eliminate this bishop with our bishop so that when we open up this diagonal of e8 to h5, he doesn't have g6 because we're going to recapture this. He'll have recaptured this knight. So what's this? This is pretty sweet. Okay, there goes the g pawn that we need offline. Now we take the bishop again because we had two pieces that could take this bishop. Pawn takes was forced, and now we go in the unblockable diagonal, like I've taught you guys before. And It doesn't take Bobby Fischer to see knight f7 check. And it doesn't take my dad to tell us that knight takes free rook is a winner. Exactly what he would tell us. So, man, that was an agonizing almost 5 minutes I worked on that problem, I'm telling you. This solution makes it look way easier than it was. I don't know, I'm going to see what's going to go on over here. Hey, look at this guy. Isn't this queen f7 check, king d8, rook checks, takes and takes? Isn't this just mating? Like lickety-split fashion? Super mate. I don't know. Sometimes when you do all the work to prepare yourself, 2,500, 17 seconds, get real, dude. Okay, now what? Well, oh man, look at this. Knight f3 check, king g2 or h1, and queen takes e4 with this discovered check business. It's so good I can't possibly not play it. All right, now I'm going to play this move, which I saw right as I played that. That's a checkmate. Whoops. Got greedy. Oh, man. Well, it's a toughie. What's he going to do? He's going to queen this pawn, which is fine. So the thing we need to look at, how is this pawn queen? Let's say rook e8. I don't care how he queens his pawn, really. King a7. And I'm pushing one of these pawns, and depending on where he ends up, he's going to end up here, so we want to queen this g pawn. So I'm going to tell you right now, rook e8, king a7, g5, b7, g4, queen, take, g3, and oh, I'm sorry, b8, queen b8. No, I want to queen the h pawn so that when he's, let's wait a second. Which one do I want to queen is a question. Yeah, queen h8. We may have to exchange this pawn for this pawn and then queen a g5 pawn last. So let's look at this. It is the queening. Rook e8, king a7, h5, b7, h4, queen, rook takes, king takes, h3, a5, h2, a6, h1 is a queen. He's got here. Yeah, it's no big deal. He's toast. Oh, you're going to be tough, eh? a5. All right. I'm still going to queen the h pawn. Because I'm going to queen this with check, you jerk. Yeah, eat this. Yeah, that doesn't work, does it, buddy? Oh, come on. He queens, I'm going to queen. Sorry, he pushes to b7. I queen, he queens, and I go queen a1 check, and you're dead. Okay. Well, 29 seconds was gettable, but there was no reason to get hasty.